What up guys, Yang here, back with the latest edition of the F124 Road to Elite series. After last episode, we managed to get to Silver 2. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get all the way to Gold 1. This week's tracks are Spain, I think Singapore and Mexico. So I'm not sure when they're going to rotate, but those are the tracks that we're going to be running today. And as per usual, if you enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on track. What up guys? Yang here. This is Future Yang. My mic actually ended up not working because I think my Go XLR died or it froze up, so it's only recording the gameplay sound. My mic doesn't pick up any noise on my mic. But we're back on the Road to Elite series. You can see here race 1 at Catalunya. Trying to do our best to keep these guys behind, but I think we actually, after turn like 4 or 5, I don't really remember the numbers. This is 6, right? Turn 6, and then the one ahead is turn 7. Yeah, after this turn, we pretty much dust the guys behind. We're already a second ahead. You can see I actually wanted to turn my brake saturation up to like 30 because I couldn't consistently get onto 100% brake pressure, and I just wanted to make it feel more like my iRacing brake pedal. You see, I'm trying to get used to the brake pedal here, and it feels a lot better. I think turning the brake saturation actually made it so that I can use as much brake pedal as I wanted to. You see, I can actually brake at the 50 board, sorry, more consistently now. I actually need to change my brake bias because I was locking up my rear so much after going onto 100% brake pressure, so I started messing around with my brake biases and stuff like that. But we come home with the win, 43 points after race 1. Race 2, here we are at the Mexican GP, Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. See, we're getting like pretty much squeezed going into turn 1. I brake a little bit early and then here we are. I think we're 4 wide here, and everyone's losing wings and being spun around. I get shoved off, and then I just let the auto recovery do its thing. I think it puts us back into P11 behind Plasma again. This Plasma guy is pretty insane, I will say. Not like good insane, but a little bit psychotic. You see, I think he's just really aggressive. I think he was driving tilted, or he was just driving a little bit upset. I make a little mistake here, and he takes advantage of that and tries to go around outside. I didn't even know he was going to try to make a move like that, but he takes the inside. He's more than warranted to have the inside there. But I think he actually hits the start button or something on accident. Lags behind me, and then absolutely demolishes me going down the inside. And what happens here next? I get a little bit confused here, but I think what may have happened is he wanted to give the position back, or he just brake checked me so that I didn't overtake him. So he gave me wing damage. I tried to rejoin. I didn't even see this green guy, and we race 2, one to forget. Here's qualifying for race 3. We had a wet inter-quali, one-shot qualifying. And it was ended up being a dry race. But race 3 at Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, we start pole out of like 4 people or something like that. I wasn't gonna say no to racing, but I think this race after like sector 1, we pretty much gapped these guys. So going into turn 1, we're clearly ahead. We get actually probably one of my best sector 1s of the video, at Mexico at least. And they're already like a second back. So we'll skip on ahead, take the race win, fastest lap on the last lap. And that's pretty much a day. So we get what, 22 points? Makes sense because there's only 4 people here. Yeah, we lost a lot from race 2. Race 4 at the Mexican GP once again. We get an inter-race this time. So we are, we got the best start out of everybody, already 4 tenths ahead. Had to brake a little early just to compensate for the rain. I wasn't sure where to brake because I rarely practice in the rain, but I actually ended up using my dry setup. I didn't even add that much rear front wing because qualifying I just left my setup as it was. So you'll see me slipping and sliding everywhere. I rocked the rears here actually, and the guy behind us actually locks the rears too and slams into the side of somebody for good measure. And after that, we dust them again, and we bring home another P1. 8 seconds ahead of everybody, fastest lap on the last lap, and we'll take, what, 94 points? Not bad. Another Spain race, our 5th race of the day, so already halfway through the races that we've gone through so far. You can see there's only actually 2 people, it's me and Health TV, so on this race is actually kind of funny because I think going into Sector 3 or something like that, or Sector 2, middle of Sector 2 I think, it's turn 7. Turn 7? Yeah, because this is 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, turn 7. He actually has a little incident. But you can already tell how much more confident I am on the brakes after changing my saturation up just a little bit. You don't need a lot. You just need a little. I just needed a little bit more. But he spins it there, as you can see, and we take off into the distance. But skip to lap 3, we actually end up waiting for him because I was like, I'm not gonna drive around here just by myself. I'm here to race. Like I want to actually race these guys. So we waited for him on lap 3. Halfway through lap 3, DRS is enabled this lap. Obviously after lap 1, get a nice little track limit warning there. But I just wanted to race him because if there's only 2 people, it's not as fun if you just drive around by yourself. So I wanted some nice little hard racing, and he's not bad. Like this guy was not a slow driver whatsoever. I wasn't holding back. I wasn't absolutely sweating my balls off, but I definitely was pace, keeping a consistent pace so that I can stay ahead of him. At least try. But we use a little bit of our overtake here, trying to take this guy. Give him a little bit of a run for his money on the straight, but the DRS on Spain is absolutely bonkers. So strong. Which I don't know why. I feel like the DRS is stronger at certain tracks than other tracks, because, like, Spain, it's so, the DRS matters so much, but at Singapore, for example, the DRS feels like does nothing. Maybe it's just a placebo effect or something, but maybe you get the same bonus for every single track, but I feel like it should be researched and looked into. But Health TV, see, he's struggling on that turn 7, having a lot of moments, but even though we're within DRS range, I didn't actually end up using it on the back straight, because on lap 4, you don't want to be the one attacking, because you don't want to be the guy behind on the last lap if it is close, because you don't want to you don't want to be defending, especially on this straight, because this straight, the DRS is so strong. If you're going to be on the back foot if you can't, if you aren't going to be the one attacking. But you see, he holds the inside. I almost run to the back of him, but managed to go back to the racing line. Got a clean little overtake going into turn 1. Already half a second basically ahead of the guy behind. So a little bit of strategy games being played here. I think if I overtook him on the back straight, I definitely would not have been able to confidently defend going into turn 1, even with overtake, because the DRS on this track is just so much stronger than if you don't have DRS. But we get a waving checkered flag, fastest lap for best measure, good measure, and we get, what, 27 points? Not bad. Slowly making our way up to getting that Gold 2 promotion range, but race 7 at Marina Bay. I think this is our first Singapore race of the day, which is awesome. I love Singapore, one of the best tracks on the calendar, at least the F1 24 game calendar, because I love racing this track. It's so much, it feels so good. Having a good lap at Singapore is having a good lap feels the best, I would say. But we pretty much dust everybody going after sector 1, and we win by 6 seconds. Fastest lap on the last lap, 29-1. And yeah, that's a good haul of points that we'll be getting there. We get how many points here? 66. So not a bad haul at all. Here we are, race 8 at Marina Bay. This guy actually takes the inside and forces us wide, which is a good move because the inside on Singapore is actually probably, at least on the race star, is the more advantageous side to have. I don't know why P1 is on the outside. I guess it's because it's the clean side of the track, but he manages to push us wide. I didn't have a great start, so he's holding P1 at the moment. Can't really attack him yet. But one of the things I actually learned, you'll probably see throughout this video, even after the brake saturation thing, I actually have a switch or a knob toggled for my ERS modes. So I switch around, at least in the last couple races, I start switching around with the ERS modes. So you'll see me switch between medium, hot lap, and overtake. You don't really need to switch to overtake. You just click the button and it goes to overtake. But I'll swap between hot lap and medium, just because you want hot lap if you're gonna fight over one lap, because it doesn't deploy all of the ERS, because you can still regen, right? But make a little move on this guy using the DRS and overtake. Try to hold the inside so he can't really make a dive bomb down on me. And yeah, we hold in the lead. You see, I actually switch it to none. If you notice on the bottom right there, I switch it to none so that I actually regen more ERS. Because you don't need the ERS, you don't even need that much power, engine power at least, going into that sector. So you can conserve a lot of it just by switching it to none. P2 looked like he was gonna make a move on me down the inside, so panicked a little bit, but managed to maintain composure. Broke a little bit late there, but was a little overconfident on how much I could brake. We win, bringing home a nice little dub. Had a fun little fight. We got 103 points. 103. And you can see we're already in that gold 2 little jump area, so as we just maintain being at least first or second in our little division there, we can get a nice little double jump to gold 2. I don't even know what happened to what comes after gold. But here we are. This is the final race of the video. You want to note this TNOR Ethan guy. He's not bad. This guy is not bad whatsoever. He's definitely a quick driver. But what I will say is, throughout this race, pay attention to where he brakes, and also where I brake for turn 1, because there's a little incident there, and I just want to check out and see what actually happens on that incident. So it's gonna happen at turn 1. I think it's on lap 4. So you'll see. You'll know when it happens, but I was battling with P3 a little bit. Had to, I think he's burning a lot of ERS, try and separate, get out of the DRS zone. But he struggles on this lap 1. You see he's all over the place. He's wheel spinning, hitting walls. You just see he hit a wall right there. He's locking up all over the place. Maybe the lockups are just a visual glitch, but you see here he's wheel spinning. He just slammed the wall again. He slammed the wall twice within like 2 turns. You see he's like the tail end of his car is like kicking around all over the place, so he's absolutely destroying his tires. But I think on raw pace, I'm a little faster than him. I think I'm like maybe 2 or 3 tenths faster than him over a lap. But he did start in P1 because I fucked up my quali, so props to him for having a solid quali lap. You can see there, I always brake around the black box. I think that's like my normal braking point. So I brake past the 100, and I understand I'm like a 3 or 4 tenths gap behind this guy, but so it looks like he's braking around there as well. Using the DRS, but don't opt to use the overtake, just because I wanna hold pace here, just kind of read, see what his habits are, where he's weak, where he's vulnerable. But looks like we're having a solid go at it at least.
We've got a
You can see I'm always toggling those ERS modes, because if there's a sector where you don't need ERS and you can stay with them with either just braking or just having a better line than them, then I highly encourage people to just tinker with those ERS deployment modes, because you can save so much ERS, especially because you can already save so much ERS naturally, even just on the medium mode. So if you turn it to none, then you'll have so much ERS to play with. You can just go from none straight to overtake with just the click of a button. So even if you do need to use that ERS, you can just click a button to go straight to overtake, and you're on your way to having insane top speeds. You see, you got a fastest lap there. This guy, like turn 3, he's all over the place. You see, at least, at the very least, even if you don't want to argue that I am faster than him, you can argue that I'm definitely more consistent than him. But I try to make a move on him here, just because I don't want to be on the attack. Like I said, on lap 4, you always want to attack on lap 3, on a 5-lapper at least, or at least, yeah, at least on the 5-lapper. But I try to see what I can do up front. He seems to be pacing with me decently. But I think I get him in sector 2 here. I'm a little bit faster than him. You see, actually taking that curb, I was experimenting to see like what taking that curb, and I think he bumps into the back of me there, but I wanted to see if going over that curb, maybe I shouldn't have experimented, and then maybe I would have been able to actually keep this position for this lap. But he kind of shoves us out of the way here. I think he actually, if he wouldn't have made the corner if I wasn't there to cushion his braking point. So you'll see here that we actually am like insanely close. I just want to stay as close as possible to him. I turn off the DRS just so I can tailgate him. But you can see here
Okay, well done. That's 3.
there's like one of two things that could have happened there. Like he could have been paying attention to me and just lost track of like where his braking point was and panicked. Or he was playing dirty and just trying to take that, just confirm his win for the just to get the race win, because I end up not being able to finish the race, like even close to him. I think I was like 4 or 5 seconds behind him, but we get 71 points for good measure. Not terrible. I feel like it could have been better at the very least, but. And then we end up being forced to end our stint of races just because we weren't able to like connect to EA anymore. So I checked my internet. It's fine. I have internet connection. I see everything like on my other screens are going perfectly fine. But I will send it back to past me. And that's the end of the video, boys. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit like and subscribe. You would really appreciate it. We managed to get to the gold 2 spot, but I'm probably gonna check off stream later tonight, just so that I can maintain that little gold 2 area. That way I can promote even faster. If someone does manage to snake my spot at around like, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock, I'm gonna make sure that I stay up there just so that I can promote to gold 2 tomorrow. But yeah, boys, that's it for today, and I will see you guys in the next video or stream or wherever I'll see ya. Peace.